I am the ultimate workhorse who takes on every task. My dream is to one day save enough money to start my own company. Finally, one day, I died suddenly from staying up all night. Good news, I finally became a CEO. Bad news, it's the cliched domineering CEO from those melodramatic novels. The kind who forces himself on the heroine and ends up being stabbed by her. In the office, the cool, beautiful woman had stripped down to just her thermal top and leggings, trembling all over with bloodshot eyes as she glared at me. Enough, are you satisfied? According to the plot, the domineering CEO I inhabit, Ethan Johnson, should be sitting with one leg over the other, teasingly say keep going to her, and then complete the novel's first sex scene. After that, I'd smoothly max out the heroine Sophia Taylor's hatred, initiate all kinds of forceful takeovers, and in the end she'd team up with her young boyfriend to ruin my company and stab me in the back. This won't do. I finally escaped my lowly fate and got to enjoy life. I don't want to die, and my company absolutely cannot collapse. I leaned back on the leather sofa, outwardly cold and proud. Inwardly my mind was storming. Have you heard of the brand Badrin? You really are perfect for their thermal underwear ad. Sophia stopped trembling and looked at me blankly. Aren't you in a hurry for money? This commercial doesn't pay much, but it can solve your immediate problem. In the original story, Sophia was a scholarship student who lived on grants. During college, she gave a speech and someone photographed her and posted it online. Because she was so beautiful, she went viral. At the same time, her mother fell seriously ill and urgently needed money. So I signed her and she entered the entertainment industry. You want me to take off my clothes for this? She looked at me with a complicated expression. You could have just said so. Why threaten me with being shelved if I don't take them off or something? This domineering CEO really doesn't do any human things at all. I cried out in anguish. Young girls these days don't want to take ads for thermal underwear and undershirts. Do you know how many people I contacted for this casting? I stood up and stepped forward to pick up the sweater, hat, socks, and down jacket Sophia had dropped on the floor. You're just entering this industry. You don't understand how hard it is to get a chance to show your face. I really want to fight for this opportunity for you. I wanted to pat her on the shoulder, but my hands were too full. I didn't have a free hand. Sophia stared blankly as she took the pile of clothes. Thank you, Mr. Ethan. Go back for now. There's still a lot for you to learn in this circle, I said, turning away and letting out a profound, inscrutable sigh. Sophia nodded and left with a face that showed she'd been taught. After finishing my first meeting with Sophia, I couldn't hold back and laughed out loud 3 times. It took me 0 seconds to accept the fact that I had become Ethan Johnson, and I immediately started impatiently taking stock of my assets and the current state of the company's operations. No, a film company valued at only a few tens of millions of dollars. At this scale, how could the domineering CEO in this novel possibly sleep? If he doesn't focus on running the business every day, he's off playing at romance and love all the time. Reborn. Watch how I turn the domineering CEO's company into a Fortune Global 500. I hired an assistant and finally had the chance to say that classic domineering CEO line. Within 3 minutes, I want all the information on that woman who just left. Mr. Ethan, do you mean Sophia Taylor? I haven't finished compiling her files yet. Would 30 minutes be okay? Assistant Lucas wiped his brow. Just have it to me within 3 hours. Since Sophia is the female lead, she must be the world's fated child, and the ROI will definitely be maximized. Properly nurturing her is the first step for my company to take off. One more thing. Tonight you have a dinner at the Bouillouet Club with Mr. Gordon and several producers at 7 o'clock. Who will you be bringing this time? No need. I'll go by myself. Question mark. In my previous life, I was a lowly worker. At gatherings like this, I was always the one pouring drinks or standing by to take a toast for my boss. Having served as a beast of burden, I naturally understand the bitterness of it all. This time it's finally my turn to sit at the head of the table, and as an investor too. Let's see who dares to force me to drink now. At Bouillouet Club, a spacious, luxurious private room, gilded chandeliers, bottles of wine that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars each. This was on a completely different level from the dinners I'd attended before. The power of capital is truly so delectable. How could every single dish be prepared so exquisitely and taste so good? I clinked glasses with a group of directors and producers, listening to Mr. Gordon talk from Eastern and Western film studies to the recent trend of short-form dramas in the market, from international film festival gossip to the newcomers currently in the industry. The atmosphere was harmonious. It was just that these directors really knew how to talk, showing no sign of breaking up. I heard Mr. Ethan recently signed several new talents. Why didn't you bring them along for us to see today? Bring them? The newly signed ones are all post-2000s, teens and 20-somethings, with innocence and foolishness written on their foreheads. Bringing them here would just be for show. I wouldn't need the kids to help soak up the drinking. Why bring them? Mr. Gordon, who are you? A guru of the film industry. With your eye, bringing my company's newcomers here would only embarrass them in front of you. It wouldn't be good to offend you. Having been treated like cattle and horses for so long, this kind of polite phrase came out of my mouth easily. Mr. Gordon squinted, his expression darkening. Aurora Entertainment's new signees over the past 2 years have all been of high quality. I watched one the other day called, what was it called? He pretended to ponder, tapping his finger on the table. Chloe Reed? And there was a Sophia Taylor, right? Both quite nice. When will Mr. Ethan bring them to show me? Damn, I finally understood. He was picking girls like ordering from a menu. I remembered how Mr. Gordon is portrayed in the novel. A famous director, but also notorious in the circle for being a perverted womanizer. In the story, he's used by the domineering CEO as a threat against the heroine. If she disobeys, he tosses her to Mr. Gordon. I looked around the dining table and noticed several other producers also glancing at me, smiling knowingly at each other. They think I'm some kind of madam just because I'm a domineering CEO. If I punched him in the face, would I get arrested? But the company still seems to have several projects collaborating with him. I can't just take over the company and immediately lose a few $1 million. I looked at Mr. Gordon's face, glowing red, and steeled myself, reaching out and touching his hand. Mr. Gordon, the newcomers at our company are good looking, but none of them have your depth. The thing you were just telling me about, the conflict between playground and wasteland, community and individual, I'm very interested. Why don't you stay at the hotel later and tell me more? My hand slipped down onto his leg. Mr. Gordon jumped up with a shocked look on his face. Mr. Ethan, it's getting late. My wife is still waiting for me at home. I'll be going now. Hey, it's only this early. I have a VIP suite at this hotel. Next time. Mr. Gordon ran off without looking back. I hadn't expected such a fat body to move so fast. Which of you? I looked regretfully at the others present. My kid at home is waiting for me to feed him. I have a stomachache. I need to go to the hospital. I'll go with him. TCH, being in an awkward situation and getting scared like this. At least I still have an 8-pack. After the drinking party broke up, I kept washing my hands in the restroom. This upscale club's restroom even uses addition aromatherapy, but the scent can't suppress the nausea rising in me. If I'd known, I wouldn't have eaten so much just now. For this project, I'm the main investor. For him to brazenly order dishes with me here, that kind of exchange of favors must have been arranged long ago. If it's not a Global 500 company, I should have taken the money and run sooner. Mr. Ethan, a familiar female voice came from behind. Sophia Taylor? She wore a light green modern Chinese top paired with pale yellow long pants. The club's standard uniform looked refreshingly elegant on her. No wonder she's the heroine. It's no surprise the CEO fell for her. We're about to shoot a commercial. Why are you still freelancing here? It's the last day. The ad payment won't come through that fast. I have medical bills and rent to pay. I need income. She twisted the hem of her clothes between her fingers and looked at me a little sheepishly. Are you off work? I'm off duty. My shift just ended. I've been drinking and need a driver. Can you help me get home? I loosened my tie. Okay, I'll go change right away. Wait, that's not right. Wasn't the original female lead supposed to be pretty clever? How can I trust you to stay in the entertainment industry if you act like this? No, you should refuse immediately. It's past 10 at night. A man asked you to take him home. Can't you hear how obvious that hint is? I didn't. Sophia froze. Even if you didn't mean it, if he tries to do something to you, can you run away? I didn't think that. Sophia grew even more uneasy, hurriedly trying to explain. In the future, you'll attend a lot of dinners. In situations like this, regardless of the other person's status, refuse outright. Understand? Okay. Sophia straightened up at once, almost saluting me. I saw Sophia take it in and nod in satisfaction. Go home early. You'll be very busy from now on. I turned and walked away, not seeing the heroine's curious gaze behind me. Maybe she'll get her boss fix again later. With Sophia like this now, let's hope she doesn't disappear after a while. Over the next few months, I had people arrange all kinds of acting classes and diction lessons for Sophia. She took any suitable roles that came along, whether lead or supporting. I successfully kept her so busy, she was like a spinning top. On one hand, I wanted her to improve quickly. On the other, I didn't want her to have time to date. After all, in a novel, the CEO's company was ruined by her little boyfriend, so I have to guard against trouble before it happens. That autumn underwear commercial created a huge contrast with her previous aloof top student image, sparked lots of discussion, and attracted a wave of casual fans. The results were surprisingly good. Today is the opening ceremony for a new drama she's starring in, the role with the most screen time she's had so far. I personally came to support her and boost the atmosphere, so she wouldn't be bullied on set. I looked at Sophia, who had clearly grown a lot compared to a few months ago, more composed and confident, and felt the same pleasure one gets from raising a character in a casual simulation game. A top student is a top student no matter where they go. That sense of accomplishment and joy lasted until evening. When I went to the company's underground garage to drive my Maybach home, I found a fair-skinned, beautiful, long-legged woman leaning against my car. What kind of horror movie is this in the middle of the night? Are you pretending to be a ghost to scare people this late at night? I don't know how long she had been posing like that. Mr. Ethan, really? Have you ever seen such a beautiful female ghost? She giggled coquettishly and stepped forward. Don't come any closer. Mr. Ethan, do you have any plans for tonight? She wound a hand through her hair, looking at me with silk-like brows and eyes. There are 2 more projects to review and a management book to read. I reviewed tonight's plan again. It was my first time actually running a company, and I was really nervous, afraid that one wrong move would bring it down. I still need to study more. Zoe Miller, do you have anything else? If not, I'll be going now. Zoe stopped stalling and, shocked, asked, You know me? I've got an impression of most of the company's artists. It seems like you haven't taken any roles for a long time, I said. Mr. Ethan knows I haven't had work either. She pressed her chest forward and looked at me pitifully. Please help me. I'll do anything you ask. Testing my staff with this? I tried to pull my arm away, but she clung to me like a drowning person clutching a piece of driftwood and refused to let go. I sighed and began my routine artist education. MS. Zoe Miller, using yourself as a bargaining chip like this is very wrong. It not only invites negative publicity, but also makes you easy to manipulate. You are an artist under my company. As long as it's within my ability, I will help in any way I can. You'll help me? Didn't you instruct my agent not to take roles for me? Zoe was stunned. Why would I order something that harms the company's interests? Zoe suddenly broke down and cried loudly. Wah, my agent insists I go entertain at banquets. When I don't cooperate, he won't get me any work. I thought you knew, but you deliberately turn a blind eye. I haven't joined a crew in almost a year. I really had no other choice. So I came today to try my luck. I'd rather keep you company than those old men. Congratulations to the domineering CEO for coming out on top among the old men. No way. My company actually has such an unprofessional agent. What is your agent's name? Dylan Carter. All right, I've noted it. I'll change your agent. If this is true, I'll fire him outright. Do you have any other requests? I handed her a piece of paper. No, thank you, really. Zoe wiped away the smudged eyeshadow and slowly calmed down. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that just now. I sighed. I was hasty. The one who deserved the scolding was actually me. I had overestimated the original novel's CEO's moral standards and professional competence. Because I had been so focused on the heroine's career development in the novel's plot, I almost forgot that I am now in charge of a company. This is due to poor company management. It's my fault. I will handle similar issues in the company as soon as possible. It's the easiest thing to stand on a moral high ground and blame others. Being able to actually solve the problem is what matters. No, Mr. Ethan, you are right. I was presumptuous tonight. Zoe paused. May I ask you a personal question? Does Mr. Ethan have a girlfriend? Zoe's face seemed even redder. How did the conversation turn to this? Mr. Ethan? Before I could answer, a familiar voice came from behind. It was Sophia. In the original book, the male lead made the heroine jealous by arranging a meeting with the cannon fodder female supporting character. And that scene was somehow happening under these circumstances. The underground garage is lively tonight. Hopefully the paparazzi won't catch this. Sophia. Zoe greeted warmly. Mr. Ethan, I told Sophia about my situation. It was she who encouraged me to ask you for help. I'm really curious how she phrased it to you for you to understand it as that kind of request. Did you come here for something? I looked at Sophia in her casual clothes, feeling that she had lost quite a bit of weight. Mr. Ethan, you answer Zoe's question first. Sophia pursed her lips and looked at me. In this situation, what a perfect opportunity to stop the heroine from falling in love. I'm in the peak of my career and won't be dating anyone for the time being, I said seriously. You too, although the contract doesn't state it. This is also a crucial stage for your career development. You can't be distracted by having a boyfriend. Mr. Ethan, may I talk? Zoe asked. Do as you wish. Manage the public opinion. I was puzzled. Had her agent already gone over this issue with her when she signed the contract with the company? Zoe gave Sophia a meaningful look. They must have listened. I nodded in satisfaction. Employees at ease, boss reassured. By the way, so what did you want to see me about? I asked Sophia. Actually, I felt a little guilty. I was afraid she'd scold me for exploiting her. Mr. Ethan, you should answer Zoe's question first, Sophia said with a sincere expression. Now I felt both guilty and ashamed. After the show wraps, I'll arrange some time off for you. You've worked hard during this period. No need, Mr. Ethan. I'm willing. Since I chose this line of work, I want to do it as well as I can. I also won't let you regret your choice. Having such a good employee, you're really lucky, Ethan Johnson. All right then, since she said that, I'll just have to squeeze her for all she's worth. Don't want time off at all? Then give me 2 days off. Fine. For the remaining time, I pushed myself hard. First, I went through the agency team at the company. You don't know until you check. There actually are agents who dared to do shady double contracts, making the company shoulder legal risks. That's a real crime. In this kind of novel, even if the CEO's company didn't have the heroine's little boyfriend, it would still collapse on its own. I was so scared that I pulled every department in the company into back-to-back meetings for several days to implement corrections. I have to say, being the big boss and holding meetings is really enjoyable. Actually, before I transmigrated, I had already been squeezed into a middle manager, having to curry favor with higher-ups while managing my team, which was even busier than being a regular employee. What I couldn't understand at the time was where a senior leader, who had been away from the business for a long time, found the confidence to pontificate about frontline business strategy. Displaying power is more important than actual results. Even now, sitting in the chair at the head of the conference table, I still don't understand my former boss. He handed decision-making power to the professionals so I could quietly zone out and slack off, only needing to nod at the end. I'm well aware that my biggest advantage is knowing the novel's plot in advance, so I can make investment moves ahead of time. But in the novel's plot, after the heroine wins the Golden Globe, she still doesn't love the domineering CEO, and in the end the CEO, in a fit of anger, locks her up, and it turns into restricted content. The heroine's career was forcibly ended, the descriptions of the entertainment industry ceased, and my advantages vanished. But by then I should have had my fill of running companies and earned enough money to lie back and relax. Thinking about the seaside villa, traveling the world. Sigh, I also want a vacation. Mr. Ethan, were you dissatisfied with the report I just gave? The agent beside him asked nervously as he was presenting evaluations of artists slated to be signed. Ahem. I want to sign Leo Harris. I hastily sat up straight. Leo is the romantic rival of the tyrant CEO in the book, a current top-tier male star and future best actor. Because they move in similar circles, he's also one of the rivals the CEO feels most threatened by. But I heard he's at odds with his current company now, and a lot of dirt on him has recently come out. Bringing him over would be risky. Which company is he signed with now? Nova Entertainment. That was easy. Their boss, Ryan Walker, is one of the original novel CEO's buddies. So Leo's current desperate situation was nothing a single phone call couldn't fix. Ryan Walker handed him over to me without fuss, but he didn't skimp on a single cent of the money he was owed. Originally, their contract was fine. It was Ryan Walker who deliberately held him back. At first, Leo wasn't even keen to come over. Only after repeatedly confirming my sexual orientation did he sign the contract with the company. A few months later, the heroine's new drama aired and, as I expected, became a massive hit. Although Sophia played the vicious second female lead, she portrayed the role with subtlety and layers. There are many possible reasons for a person to do evil. Being forced, shaped by their environment, knowing right from wrong, yet still choosing wrong. She played the kind that most easily evokes sympathy and resonance. Discussion about this character even surpassed that of the protagonist, allowing Sophia to break out into the mainstream. Variety shows, programs, and advertising endorsements flooded in. I had also invested in this drama, and together with returns from other projects during this period, the company's market value successfully doubled. I received even more invitations, both overt and covert. All the deals I was taking in were making me lose the 8-pack abs I'd had in my original domineering CEO body. In the end, I chose a gathering with people I was relatively familiar with and took Sophia along, using the opportunity to help her expand her network. I just didn't expect there would be such a buzzkill at this event. Sophia, after following Mr. Ethan, you will surely have a brilliant future. I'm producer Marcus Reed. Come have a drink with me. When I have a new script, you'll be the first one I call. I looked at the man across from me, his face flushed from drinking and with barely any hair left on his head. He really had the nerve. The film was terrible and his expression was no good. You're right. Our Mr. Ethan really is a very good boss and also a very discerning investor. I was about to speak when Sophia had already lifted her glass and stood up gracefully. Our Mr. Ethan, hiss. Why did that make me feel a little secretly pleased? None of the films he invests in lose money. This hit series of mine was also a script Mr. Ethan picked out for me. The other directors and investors at the table all looked at me in unison. I'd like to act in your script, but it also depends on whether Mr. Ethan takes a liking to it. Why don't you tell us what achievements your recent works have? In the future, Mr. Ethan might invest in you, but that's far from certain. This guy mainly directs online films, several of which flopped. He's nearly the king of bad movies. He was brought here today by another director friend out of kindness, which is the only reason he could sit at this table. He'd been trying to find an opportunity to get in my good graces, and now he's deliberately started with Sophia. I'll drink. Suit yourself. Ignoring the sullen look across from her, Sophia took a sip of wine and sat back gracefully. My heroine has finally come of age. Now I'm truly relieved. Afterward, the friend who had brought Marcus hurriedly stepped in to smooth things over and pushed him down. It seems his friend won't dare bring him along casually anymore. Who knows how many more friends Marcus can waste. Stepping out of the club, the scent of incense was blown away by the evening breeze, leaving a refreshing clarity. This club used a very high-quality woody fragrance. It smelled nice, but staying too long could make one dizzy. Mr. Ethan, I wasn't wrong about what I said at the table just now, was I? Did I get you into trouble? Sophia asked with some worry. Don't worry. This whole setup today was arranged to improve your meals. You've lost too much weight recently. Directors with an eye will naturally pick the role that's right for you. If the role doesn't suit you, even if I paid to shove you in, the final result wouldn't be good. So with anything, just keep a calm mind. I looked at Sophia, who had already grown up, and felt quite pleased. Thank you, Mr. Ethan. I'll work even harder. Sophia smiled. She already had the aura of a female star, her gaze gentle yet tinged with ambition, and her smile still revealed 2 dimples on her cheeks. My heart seemed to skip a beat. Is it because of the novel's setup? The CEO-type male lead is destined to be attracted to the heroine. Oh, Ethan, not bad. I've invited you so many times, and you never came to hang out. Turns out you had a lovely companion. Lost in bliss, huh? My contact with Sophia was interrupted. 2 people were walking over from not far away. Ryan Walker, holding a little boy in his arms. When they got closer, I realized the little boy had kept his head down the whole time, as if shaking. He looked young, probably in his 20s. Owen Cole, Sophia exclaimed. You know him? I asked Sophia. He worked with me on a production before. Because he was new, he even came to me for advice about acting. Well, what a coincidence. I didn't expect my young friend to know your companion tonight, Ryan Walker said with a cynical smile. Owen suddenly became excited. Please, save me. He tried to force himself on me. Before he could finish, Ryan Walker had already punched him in the stomach. Owen let out a muffled groan, bending over in pain as Ryan Walker tightly gripped his shoulders. Ryan Walker still wore the same smile, saying indifferently, Sorry, brother, for making you a spectacle. This new recruit isn't trained yet. I felt a chill run through me, belatedly realizing the social hierarchy rules I was now subject to. Money and power can override the law. They can treat people as if they are not human. The original novel's domineering CEO was actually the same kind of person as him. I, too, had originally been just an ordinary worker chasing money and power and oppressed by those who had it, unable to genuinely identify with that status. Are these rules really right? Since I now have the power to pry these rules open, why not try? Let him go. I stepped forward. Come on, Ethan. I already let you have the last one. Don't fight me for this one. The last one? Leo Harris? No wonder he was so on edge when he went to talk to Leo. So it turned out I'd been traumatized. I felt an unprecedented anger and sneered. Looks like these 1 or 2 of you don't want to be with Mr. Ryan. Mr. Ryan is so rich, yet no one likes him. It's a little pitiful. But resorting to this kind of tactic just to get someone shows how insecure you must be. Ethan Johnson, are you ing crazy? Played with women until you're stupid, and now what's my problem? Ryan Walker's expression changed. First, she's my employee. Watch your mouth. Second, I saved her. Do you want me to beat you up and then let you go? Or you let her go now? I stepped forward, blocking Sophia. You really think I'm afraid of you? Ryan Walker shoved Owen aside and threw a punch. At the Bouillouet Club, anyone who could get in was either rich or noble. One big advantage was that clients' privacy was very well protected, and besides, the other party had started it first. Perfect timing for a fight. Although the other party was also a celestial dragon. How could an overbearing CEO lose a fight? I unleashed all my previous anger on him. 10 minutes later, Ryan Walker, with a multicolored face, glared at me fiercely and spat out a threat. Just you wait. Don't think your hands are that clean. You've had a lot of films submitted for review at your company recently, right? Let me tell you, whether they pass or not is up to me. I hope you won't regret it when the time comes. Still talking tough. Looks like you haven't been hit enough. Watching me shake my hand again and step forward, Ryan Walker quickly drove away. TCH, I wasn't done venting yet. After this incident, I set 2 rules for all the artists in my company. 1. No artist is required to drink or entertain clients. 2. If you encounter situations involving sexual coercion or hidden rules, you can report them directly to the company. The company will terminate cooperation with the party involved and report them to the relevant authorities. Ordinary people can't compete with wizards, so use magic to defeat magic. I can't change this industry alone, so I'll do my best to keep the industry from changing them. I didn't take Ryan Walker's threats very seriously. After all, in novels the male lead only ever loses to the female lead. He never gets humiliated by a supporting male. As for Owen, he had originally been a trainee signed by Ryan Walker's company. He had only debuted a short time before being targeted. I had intended to pay his breach fee and bring him over, but after he thanked me repeatedly, he refused, saying he had other things to do. I didn't quite understand, but I soon couldn't worry about him either, because Ryan Walker's retaliation was faster than I had expected. Mr. Ethan, today's entertainment posts say our company's artist has been accused of tax evasion. It must have been the expelled executives and agents causing trouble. Mr. Ethan, Leo's film, Remembering Chang'an, was notified yesterday to suspend review on the grounds that further verification of relevant materials is required. Zoe's new show has also been taken off the air. Not bad. Ryan Walker has quite wide connections. Mr. Ethan, a photo of you in the garage overnight with two women has been captured and posted online. The title is the CEO's secret love history, making an old flame cry for the new love. Faced with Ryan Walker's fierce retaliation, I chose to have everyone lie flat. Those few articles were vague in their implications. Fans from every camp turned into amateur detectives, trying to piece together the truth from a jumble of real and fake incidents. No artist came forward to post a clarification, so netizens naturally chose whatever target they wanted to attack. Rumors that some artists at Johnson Entertainment were evading taxes grew louder and louder. Public sentiment was inflamed, and people called on the relevant authorities to launch a thorough investigation. Of course, I welcome that. But the authorities searched the company top to bottom and found nothing wrong. The officials then published the results of the investigation. After the official announcement, netizens gradually realized they might have been set up. But because tax evasion drew so much public attention, some of the artists who were previously the most suspected actually gained a wave of fans. However, since our company conducted an investigation, of course I'm going to ask them to do the same to our company. I hope Ryan Walker's Nova Entertainment can withstand the scrutiny. As for the censorship issues with those dramas, it wasn't just Leo's film and Zoe's new series getting held up. Some of the variety projects under our company were, to varying degrees, affected as well. Ryan Walker really does have some skill. After calming countless producers and other film investors who were anxious, I decided to go to Santorini to relax. I had planned to give Sophia time off too, but she signed herself up for classes to study instead. Is this what a top student is like? Lying on the black sand beach admiring the glittering Aegean Sea, I inexplicably felt that traveling alone was almost lacking. The sound of waves hitting the rocks made me a little annoyed. Hearing the blue Aegean Sea makes me think of her. Seeing the white volcanic rock makes me think of her. Just as I hesitated over whether to call Sophia to reassure her that the company wouldn't collapse, I finally received a call from Owen. Well, have you figured everything out? Owen, the big reporter. All checked. Following Ryan Walker's associates led me to discover he has illicit dealings with the Film Administration and the Broadcasting and Film Association. I originally only wanted to investigate the trainees at Nova Entertainment, but I unexpectedly found this. Thank you so much, Mr. Ethan. Owen's voice trembled with excitement. No need to thank me. Feel free to publish the article once it's written. I'll make sure your piece won't be taken down. Good. By the way, Mr. Ethan, you already know my real name is Elliot Clark. So why do you still call me Owen Cole? Maybe because that name has more sentimental value. Actually, it's because you're the original novel's heroine's little boyfriend. Hearing that name a bit annoys me. So that's it. For now on, I'll use Owen Cole as my pen name. Owen said excitedly. After I saved Owen earlier, he told me his real name and his undercover plan. Nova Entertainment's trainee star-making program involved deception, paying training fees, signing contracts with exorbitant breach penalties. This kind of legally masked scam has already wrecked several families, but it had never been exposed. Owen went undercover into Nova Entertainment to investigate and gather evidence, and unexpectedly caught the eye of Ryan Walker. At the same time, he uncovered even deeper secrets. Owen had originally planned to keep playing games with Ryan Walker a little longer, but he didn't expect Ryan Walker to try to force him right away. That night when he saved Owen, he quietly recorded the audio. With so many offenses stacked up, I didn't even need to lift a hand. This case was already a done deal. All I needed to do was make sure these truths were seen, seen by more people. It's time to go back. After Owen's article was published, it caused an uproar, and major media outlets followed up with reports. Multiple Nova Entertainment artists suspected of tax evasion. Trainee training scam exposed. Cultivating parasites or creating dreams. Senior executives at Nova Entertainment suspected of improper dealings with the audit department. Large-scale contract terminations of Nova Entertainment artists. Half of the top 10 trending topics were related to Nova Entertainment, and the trends couldn't be taken down. But Ryan Walker remained absent from all of it. Ethan Johnson, you're ruthless. Did you deliberately send Owen here? I received a call from Ryan Walker on the second day after I returned to the country. Mr. Ryan, are you so obsessed with boys that you've lost your mind? You picked the person yourself and did what you did yourself. What does that have to do with me? By the way, Mr. Ryan has been quite busy lately, hasn't he? You really must take good care of your health. Your hard battle hasn't even started yet. Don't collapse before it begins. Even with all the evidence piled up, Ryan Walker could still plausibly wiggle his way out of this vortex. If I weren't around. Isn't it just about getting people to move? If you can do it, of course I can too. After all, I'm a domineering CEO. While the relevant authorities immediately began filing a case and investigating Ryan Walker, Leo's film was released as scheduled and received very good feedback. Whether he'll win Best Actor for this film is unknown, but it's likely. Sophia took on a new project with Zoe. In the story, they play rivals, but their chemistry surprisingly fits even better than the female and male leads. One has the aura of a regal, mature woman, the other a cool, gentle temperament, and on top of that, the two are very close friends off-screen. There are often photos and videos of them shopping, eating, and interacting on set posted online. Previous rumors about new loves and old flames collapsed on their own. Their ship name is Sean Rao Shui Mian. I am the main investor in this drama. I finally realized that after personally saving every male rival from the book, I had gone and found myself a female rival. I collapsed onto the office's high-end leather sofa and sighed. Of all people to be a domineering CEO like me, there's really no one else, right? Mr. Ethan, didn't the company just successfully complete a new round of financing? Why the sighing and moaning? Sophia came in holding a stack of documents and a cup of coffee. Ahem, it's nothing, just a small matter. I hurriedly sat up straight. Mr. Ethan, were you just watching the CP montage of me and Zoe? Yeah, haha, it's pretty well edited. You two make a good match. I wasn't jealous. Really? Too bad Zoe likes younger, puppy-like handsome guys. Sophia smiled. What about you? What kind do you like? I looked at her. Sophia was momentarily stunned, stared at me for a few seconds, then looked away, pushing a folder in her hands toward me. Mr. Ethan, I'm here to invite you to be a guest on one of my variety shows. Take a look at this material. TSK. She dodged the question. I looked down and flipped through the materials. It was a travel show with Sophia as a regular and Zoe. You're both on that variety show. Isn't that fine? Why do you want me to go? No. You're just a guest. You only need to come for one day. The main people are Zoe, me, and the other artists. Aren't you overhyping this? I forced myself to find a reason. Don't worry, Mr. Ethan. Actually, Zoe already has a boyfriend, Sophia whispered to me. Ahem. Fine. Send me the time and place. I'll arrange my schedule. The episode 1 went on had the variety travel troupe arriving at Shigu Ancient Town. It was a simple, comfortable place, right in the season when the rapeseed flowers bloom, gold everywhere. I only found out after I went that it was because artists from my company often mentioned me on various shows. Johnson Entertainment's boss already had a certain level of buzz. On top of that, with the previous scandal about Zoe, Sophia, and me, and the popularity of the Sean Rao Shui Mian ship, the director specially invited me over for an interview. It turned out it wasn't Sophia who wanted to invite me. Someone online previously photographed you with Zoe and Sophia together in the underground parking lot. Is that true? It's true, but the rumors are false. At the time, I was discussing Zoe's agent issues with her, and I won't go into more detail here. From the data, most of the works you've invested in and produced have been hits. Do you have any unique insights when choosing projects? I feel, because I had read the script in advance. Sophia said you require your company's artists not to accompany clients for drinks and that you refuse the casting couch. Do you have any comments on that? No particular comment. That's how it should be. Do you currently have a girlfriend? No. The recording that was supposed to end at 9 finished at 8 that night. So I ordered late night food for everyone. I planned to leave the next day. Sophia walked me to my room. The place was secluded, a bit distant from where the show was filmed, and we made small talk along the way. Mr. Ethan, why did you say so little on the show today? I don't have much experience being a public figure. The more I speak, the more mistakes I make. I was actually sulking. The evening breeze blew by, carrying the scent of earth and canola blossoms. My heart slowly calmed down, and I regretted not managing my emotions well today. Sophia suddenly spoke up. Mr. Ethan. Her voice was abruptly cut off by the sound of hurried footsteps. Ethan Johnson, go to hell. Someone suddenly burst out from behind. In the dim streetlight, I made out the intruder's twisted face and the knife in his hand. It was Ryan Walker. Wasn't he being questioned? He lunged at us. I only had time to shield Sophia behind me. It turned out that the first thing you feel when a blade pierces your body is cold, and only then comes the pain. A knife had been stabbed into my flank. I gritted my teeth, pressed my hand against the wound, threw a painful punch at him, and kicked him away. He got up and tried to rush me again, but Sophia charged from behind and put him down with a spinning kick. I wanted to laugh, but the wound hurt too much and my vision blurred. I watched Sophia run to me and hold me in her arms. The original plot has already fallen apart like this. Does the ending have to be the CEO getting stabbed to death? So melodramatic, but dying in the heroine's arms isn't bad. Wow, it's all my fault. I shouldn't have suggested to the director that we invite Mr. Ethan. I wanted to tell you I like you back then. I liked you a long time ago. It's just that I'm well aware of the huge gap between you and me. I still don't have the qualification to stand by your side. So I never dare to tell you, afraid you'd misunderstand and think I wanted to use you. Wishing you would wait for me. I'm just too greedy. Please wake up soon. We agreed, but I want to negotiate while I wait. I strained to turn my head and met Sophia's tear-red eyes. Doctor, Mr. Ethan is awake. Fortunately, I didn't die, and fortunately, I didn't get sent back. According to the doctor, if I had been brought in 5 minutes later, it would have been really dangerous. I lay in the VIP deluxe ward, listening to Sophia tell me the before and after of the Ryan Walker incident. It turned out Ryan Walker had already been convicted. He was greasing palms to escape abroad, and because he resented me for ruining his reputation, he had been trying to find a chance to kill me before leaving the country. But because I was usually at the company or in the city, whenever he showed up, he was easy to catch. He finally waited for this opportunity. According to his plan, whether he succeeded or not, he could easily get away. If I were stabbed, it would be very difficult for me to get timely treatment. I have to say he was indeed thinking correctly. But just then the late-night delivery I had ordered arrived. When the courier found me, he immediately took me to the production crew on his electric scooter. The crew's car then drove me to a nearby hospital, and once my condition stabilized, I was transferred by helicopter. Sophia paused her variety show recording to come keep me company. I survived. As for Ryan Walker's fate, there was no need to say more. No matter how powerful his backing, it couldn't save him now. Miss Sophia, I don't want to work anymore. Can I apply for you to support me from now on? I looked at Sophia in her silk nightgown, leisurely eating breakfast, and unwillingly changed into a suit to head out. Sophia has now established her own studio and begun working as a producer. She says she prefers behind-the-scenes work to being in front of the camera. I can't help but marvel again. A top student is a top student no matter where they go. In less than a few years, she has risen to become capital itself. With her around, being the boss of this film company is much less worrisome for me, and I certainly can't just embezzle the funds and run. Sophia stood on tiptoe and kissed me once, then helped me tie my tie. Ethan, be a good boy. After you finish that interview today, we can go out and play. She's trying to coax a child. This time you can't be as stingy with words as you were on that variety show. otherwise. Got it. I bent down and gave her a deeper kiss, cutting off her words. During the years we were together, she bore more public pressure than I did, and I personally experienced the elite's obsession with matching social status. I don't know whether my mom secretly went to see Sophia and staged the scene of handing her a few $1,000,000 to leave my son. Sophia said no, and both of us felt it was a pity. Fortunately, no matter how stormy the outside world became, we always believed in understanding each other. Rumors, scandals, and gossip about our relationship came one after another. But after Sophia continuously demonstrated her outstanding professional abilities and won numerous awards, and after I continued to grow the company and gain more influence, those online doubts and malicious speculations slowly turned into respect and blessings, and Ethan's parents no longer opposed it. Sophia and I watched the sunset over the Aegean Sea beneath the Temple of Poseidon and kissed under the sky, full of rosy clouds. The domineering CEO and the heroine in this book will have a happy and complete ending.